You're on, Larry.
Oh, go into the interview. Good evening and welcome to Moorhead Sports.
Spud Hockey searches for their 7th straight win tonight as they take on East Grand Forks. This all started before the Christmas season with a game against St. Michael Albertville, and we take a look, John Ammerman, at the progress that this team has made. It's kind of right on schedule according to your game plan.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. It's a mix of things. One, our schedule so far has been demanding, and this, even tonight, is another test for us. Where our guys haven't had an opportunity to take a night off, and when we play well, we're rewarded. But if there's a thing or two off, we've paid for it too. But I think we've simplified our game. Defensively, we're much more responsible. Even early in the year, if you look at it, we were scoring goals. We were just giving up a lot of them, and a little bit of that had to do with some inexperience in net. But a lot of it had to do with our team defense. We just were giving up too many grade A scoring chances, and our goaltenders were out to dry. And we've managed the puck better. We've played better defense. Obviously, our goaltenders have grown as well, and we're playing better hockey as a result. But that's hopefully the mix, now 15 games into the season.
How do you go about making that change on defense to get the team defensive effort in place?
It's a couple different things. One, it's a transition from playing out of season to in season. They're just two different games where, out of season, guys are playing in a number of different places. There's maybe a few different approaches to what defense looks like. So getting everybody on the same page, the same communication, the same approach to what defense looks like. But it's also just showing, examples. We do have a lot of returning players, but as you know, and everybody else, last year was an abbreviated season. So although we have a lot of returning players, they've only played 15 to 20 career games. So in their development, we're still early on, and hopefully now in the next 10 games, there's still a tremendous amount of growth.
One of the great challenges year in and year out is East Grand Forks. The Green Wave always likes to play their best when the Spuds are on the line.
Yeah, and they're always great games.
Coming up.
They're extremely tight checking.
They
play the game the right way. It's
don't worry about
game.
it. You just make sure
it seems like it always comes down to a good third period, and I can't imagine that tonight is going to be any different. In Class Single A, again, they're one of the top teams in the state. They have maybe one of the most dynamic forwards in the state in Jackson Panzer, so our hands will be full, and hopefully we get off to a good start.
Looking for a great game tonight as the Spuds take on East Grand Forks. Our thanks to John Ammerman for being with us. A look at how the goaltenders match up and the start of today's game when we return after this timeout. Sports Center, we're getting ready for high school hockey. Game 2 of the setting here tonight between the Moorhead Spuds and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Earlier tonight, the Spuds Junior Varsity scored early and often on their way to a 14-0 win over the East Grand Forks Junior Varsity. And Rob Grammer, we're taking a look at a game tonight that, regardless of the fact that it's Class A against Class AA, it's the big school against the smaller school. It doesn't seem to matter when they get on the ice.
No, and in Minnesota, you're always going to have 6 to 10 Class A schools that can compete with any AA school in the state. And just because their enrollment dictates that they're small doesn't mean their hockey program is
And
small.
all we have to do is look a little bit farther to the north to Roseau and to Warwood. Although Roseau has opted to AA, the size of their program, school and everything is similar to other Class A programs.
That's right. Yeah, and Roseau's always opted to go up to play AA against the big boys. So they certainly could not take that path and stay A and play with all the smaller schools, but they believe in their program, and as does Warroad and East Grand. Maybe they got together and said, hey, you take the AA track, we'll take the A track, and we'll all celebrate in St. Paul.
That sounds a lot like collaboration to me.
Yeah, and those two communities have never really seemed to do that, so I think I'm wrong on this one.
There have been some great matchups there, and no doubt about the East Grand Forks influence as well in the northern part of the state. They have been in that state tournament play here most recently.
Yeah, they're a remarkable program for being a very small community with a small school, but the pride in their hockey program is incredible, and it's evident every time you play them. From youth all the way through their high school program, they got strong teams and strong players that move on to play beyond high school, so a lot of pride up there.
Let me ask you this question, and let me get your answer on it. Under the tutelage of John Ammerman, these two teams have played 10 times. What's the record?
Well, I'm going to take a stab that it's 10-0 for the Spuds.
9-1.
9-1?
Yeah. Thought I was going to get you on that one.
Well,
Because it just seems like, even though every game is 1 goal, maybe 2 goals, that it's been that lopsided as far as wins and losses are concerned.
you're right. It seems like a much more of a 500 competitive rivalry, but I'm getting nervous that I know you too well. You're trying to bait me into one there.
Shame on me. As they line up for the introduction and for the playing of our national anthem, we'll return with the drop of the puck after this timeout. A busy night at the Moorhead School as the Spuds are actively involved in dance routines. They are involved in gymnastics. They're involved in wrestling. They're involved in basketball. And right here at Moorhead Sports Center, it's high school boys hockey. And as Rob Grammer, we take a look down. Kai Weigel continues to play as steady as he did at the start of the year, and the numbers are starting to prove him out as being a pretty good goaltender.
Yeah, it's a steady climb for Kai after, some sophomore bumps to go through there as a young goaltender, letting in more than he probably would like in a couple of games. And not that he played bad there, but it's just that learning curve and how do you manage all of that. And he's learning to do that very well, and his numbers continue to improve to show it.
We're ready and set to go as Gavin Lindberg steps into the face-off circle for Moorhead. And he'll square up against Jackson Panzer, considered one of the best in the state. As Panzer and Lindberg come underway, it goes back and picked up by Colby's. To the near side and ahead. Moorhead bringing it in, pulling up short. It's dropped back out to center, and it comes back out now. And on his way up ice, Carson Triggs carries it all the way down. He has to jump over the top of Lucas Wabra in order to avoid kicking him in the side and in the shins. And so with that, a face-off coming.
Well, I've coached Carson Triggs for a long time. It reminded me of a mite practice when we sit at the obstacle course. He had to hop over some pads and fall on his knees and get back up and run into the boards.
To this near side, it's played by Harper Bentz. He's been on a scoring streak here recently. Plays it down behind to Gavin Lindberg. He goes down on the ice. Play continues on as Lindberg reaches in and pulls it away. Tries to angle his way behind the goal and then is worked off to the far side. Turned around by East Grand Forks. Comes back on the near boards and play up into the air as it stays in the attack zone for Moorhead. Nobody has control of it at the moment as it goes rink wide. There's a deflection, and we've got a race for the puck all the way up ice, and it goes behind, and it's picked up there by East Grand Forks. Playing it to the near side. The Green Wave had it for a moment, pulled away, scrambled after, coming back with it, walking his way in on goal. It's deflected off to the far side and played back now along the near wall. Aaron Ryerson feeds it ahead, and the Spuds break out of the zone. Joe Corton all the way down, backhandles it against the base of the net, and with that, a glove stop by Wabra puts the ball into the circle.
Good recovery there by the Spuds as a D-to-D pass was intercepted at the blue line, and it could have been a break for the Green Wave, but good response from three Spud defenders, both defense and the forward coming back to kind of eliminate that threat.
In the dot, the Spuds get a shot right off the drop of the puck. It's bounced away, and the Spuds have to go back out to center where it's recovered by East Grand Forks and sent in deep. Play along the near corner as they scramble in for it. Pulled loose by Jace Foray. Scrambling in after they paddle for it, and it comes loose to the near side. The Spuds putting a stick on it briefly, and now they work it off the boards and out. Touch pass ahead to Joe Corton and then to the right wing where it's intercepted and pulled away by Grady Magner. Long play back up ice, and as it clears the end line, icing is called, and the faceoff will come back into the Green Wave zone. We are scoreless very early on. Still 15-12 to play.
I like that early composure from the Spuds D down in their end. The Joe's at it, Joe Grammer, Joe Schiller making clean breakouts under duress. And then the rush looks pretty good to start tonight. They haven't quite connected, but a couple of good rushes up the ice there.
Caleb Alderson in the draw. Picked up in the corner by the Green Wave, and play comes back near side where Searles has it from Moorhead. Came away, but it's picked up by Ian Ness, and he turns it around. Rolling all the way to the far side, and from there the Spuds pick it up. Deep in the near corner. Caleb Alderson had it pulled away from him, and it comes out to the near side where Searles takes a poke at it, and it's pulled loose and sails all the way out to center where Finley Lizakowski has it for a moment, and it's worked away from him and all the way back up ice. Spuds will make a quick change as it rolls past the end line for an icing call. 14:36 to go, scoreless here in the first period.
Like that little bit of deception from Caleb Alderson as he approached a loose puck on the half wall, and he drew that defender into him and gave him a little head fake like he was going to pass it up to the point. It created a lot of space for himself down low.
On the near side of Kai Weigel, we are still looking for our first shot. Oh, we have one shot up on goal by Moorhead earlier. And it's bounced down near side as they scramble after, and it's kicked out to the far corner. Returned behind the net, setting it up for an outlet, and it's tipped ahead, but the Spuds get a stick on it. It's slowed down, and it comes rolling in all the way in and played off to the side by Kai Weigel. The play returned right on the stick of Carson Triggs. Pulled away from him, and off to the far side. Then finally it's Harper Bentz with it. Bentz had his pocket picked, and it's tipped away. Colby Creer forced to chase it down deep in his own end. From the far corner, backhands it near side, an outlet pass. Nice pass right on the stick for Gavin Lindberg. He'll sail through center, up high in the slot. Leans off to the far side, shoots and scores. Oh, he took the play off to the side, and a beautifully set up play by Gavin Lindberg. The one-time slap shot makes it 1-0.
Well, there, I like to talk about the plays that happened for 200 feet, and that was good work by the D down below the goal line. I think Creer got it on a nice fake over to Schiller, and then again, Schiller with the puck boys under duress getting checked, just calmly find the center to get a clean breakout, and for some reason the Spuds early have had a lot of space through the neutral zone, and Lindbergh took advantage of it, doing the rest on his own.
Lindbergh with his 7th goal of the year. Joe Schiller gets the lone assist. That's his 10th of the year. Lindbergh with his 7th goal of the year, and Moorhead leads at 1-0. On the near corner, Joe Corton works his way behind the net. Off to the far side, sending it up. It got bounced off the stick of Searles. And Andrew Searles go down deep to pick it up. Turns it around, comes back up on the near side. Ryerson skates past the play, and it comes back into the zone. Searles to chase it down from Moorhead. He'll circle the net. Come back near side. Good protection by East Grand Forks, and then it's poked loose out to center. Turned around and sent in deep where Joe Grammer picks it up from Moorhead. Early lead for the Spuds coming at the 3:12 mark. There's an interception and a shot and a right-on glove save made by Kai Weigel.
Nice job of some patience again to find the center as the Spuds try to come out of the zone. And then a little play to try to go wide with it was read well by the East Grand defense, or at least maybe the forward in a defensive posture to intercept it and create something quickly for East Side.
Off the face-off, it comes near boards. Deep in the corner played. Out to the point and tossed back in deep. Played by Finley Lazakowski. And as he put the stick on it, a whistle stops play, and it's picked up by Colby Creer and handed to the official. That'll put us in the face-off circle near side of Spud goaltender Kai Weigel.
Looks like one of those pieces where you have the seamless glass because you don't have a stanchion. They hold the pieces of glass together, fell off, popped off, and fell to the ice.
Well, that's been easily taken care of, quickly taken care of. And we resume play as it's dropped down and to the corner, picked up by Colby Creer. Creer seals it out to the far side and then heads out. All the way up is Caleb Alderson. He goes on a backhand pass. Stahlberger pushes the shot right on, and the save made Lucas Wabra.
Another nice play from Alderson. Taking control in his own end below the goal line with some center help down low, and gets real aggressive to free up a puck and then lead the Spuds up the ice on the rush. Nice job by Alderson and defensive support there.
Gavin Lindbergh draws it back. Green Wave battling for it, picking it away and head up ice. Then it's poked loose by Joe Schiller, and play comes back into the zone for East Grand Forks as they pick it up and send it rink wide. It bounces off the far boards. Creer there to turn it aside and bring it back out to center. Right on the stick of Harper Bentz. He walks his way in, turns, shoots, it's blocked away. Rebound off to the side. Now behind it comes, and the Spuds will give it another whack. It lays loose in the corner before it's tipped aside, and it rolls back to the near side where it's tied up once again along the wall. 11:38 to go here in the opening period. Moorhead has scored first and lead East Grand Forks 1-0. The play comes in a battle for the puck along between skates and sticks right along the near wall deep in the corners. It's loose, but nobody can take control of it. And finally it's tipped off to the side and nearly into a play, and it comes loose and now it's lifted up and out. And we got a rush for it. Here comes Jackson Panzer. He's got good speed. He can handle the puck. Off to the far side, Panzer turns and throws it all the way down. Back now to the near side and play it out of the corner. Rolls off, and with that play, Gavin Lindbergh trying to catch up on it. Has it tipped away, loose there. East side coming up with it. Still one way, then the other, coming back behind the net. Up against the boards, up against the glass. Scrambling for it, Lindbergh poking it away. Forces the turnover. Play goes off to the far side. And from there, Harper Bent steers it out to center, and it's quickly turned around. And as play comes back out, East side making their line change. Spuds picking it up and heading out. Long pass near side for Joe Corton. He'll bring it up high in the slot, feeding it off to the far side for Wyatt Tweet. And it's tossed behind the net where Corton is waiting for it. Along the near wall, and at the point, it's deflected away. Searles, good defensive move, forcing the play down deep, and it comes back to the Spuds as they pick it off the wall near side. Outlet pass goes rink wide, picked up by Joe Grammer. 10 minutes to go. Here's Grammer, first period. Near side, Tweet. Goes far side all the way into the corner. Ryerson gives chase, has it poked away down deep into the corner. Centering pass intended for Wyatt Tweet. Bounced away from him, but out at center it is kept in the zone. And Ryerson tracks it down and he goes behind the net. Looking for the wraparound. It comes off to the far side and then cleared out. It'll come all the way down, and with that long pass, it took the pressure off. There's no doubt about it. And will be in the face-off circle on the far side of East Grand Forks goaltender Lucas Wabra.
A nice little play from Wyatt Tweed as he entered the zone. It looked to the casual observer maybe like an unusual play, but he actually threw a hard pass to the far corner that kicked right to Ryerson. Really clever play by Tweed to recognize that.
Play comes near side, dished ahead, and then taken back by East Grand Forks, and they toss it up into the attack zone. Play it off to the far side. Creer brings it near side for Schiller. He's forced to stick handle and returning it down deep into the corner. And out to center ice it comes. Moorhead chasing it down. Off to the near corner. Played back by East Grand Forks. Finley Lizakowski has it in the corner. Pulled away from him by Schiller. Schiller sends it up out to center ice. Ian Ness scrambling in after it. Has it pulled away from him, and it comes back out to center. Joe Grammer waiting for it there, and he'll turn it around and head in. Grammer hides up in the slot, sends that one right on. That one was dangerously close to slipping through the 5-hole. But the save made by Wabra keeps the game tied, or keeps the game score at 1-0 Moorhead.
Nice job by the Spuds to clog up the neutral zone a little bit to create a turnover, and Joe Grammer alertly peels it up the ice, and recognizing East Side going for a change, takes that ice and gets a good shot there entering the zone.
Out near side, Harper Bentz. And now the pass comes way up high in the slot. Grammer turns, shoots, it's bounced down. The deflection goes in, and the Spuds score. Somewhere along the way, Joe Grammer will enter into the scoring line. His shot from way up on top was deflected at least twice on the way in, and the Spuds lead it now 2-0.
And I don't know if that was Bentz or Lindbergh down low that found Joe Grammer high in the slot open as the East Side D had collapsed down to play those guys down low. And then Joe does a nice job of working that blue line, waiting for traffic, find a shooting lane, find a forward stick, and a really good stick to find is number 19, Harper Bentz. And I think Harper tipped that one home, as we've seen a few times this year.
Back up ice, played off to the far side. And you had it right, Harper Bentz. Grammer gets the lone assist. Harper Bentz with the goal. He leads the Spuds in goal scoring now with 18. It was two games ago. He had 4 goals in the first period as the Spuds won that one 10-0.
He's been hot.
He has continued his scoring run as his goal here moments ago has made it 2-0. Long pass comes all the way up. Off to the far side, circling it around, up the center. Stick handling their way loose, and it's turned around quickly, and it goes all the way down to the far side. Played now behind the net by Weigel. Spuds work it out from there, send it off to the far right wing, and it's returned rink wide, comes rolling in. A chase for it there by Wyatt Tweet. Wanted the icing, did not get it. Play continues on. Down deep into the corner, Spuds have it. Up on top, no. Deflected deep into the far corner, played behind the net. East Grand Forks on the chase. It comes out, and here's the walk up through and pulled away by Ryerson, turning it around and sending it back up ice. From there, deflected down, and it is set high in the air. We got a race for it now deep into the far corner. Played back to the near side. Out of the corner, 7 minutes. In fact, we're under the 7-minute mark here in the opening period. Moorhead with a 2-0 lead. Goals from Gavin Lindbergh and Harper Bentz. As a play comes out of center ice, out to center ice, that is picked up on the Green Wave, come up with a blast that is high and wide, bouncing all the way back near side. From there, turned around into the far corner. Colby Creer picking it up, bringing it back near side. Joe Schiller now controls and finds Caleb Alderson, and it comes out. Here's Alderson. He's flying through center. Alderson, who was not even on the depth chart at the start of the season, has gained his way on and is not about to let it go. Caleb Alderson deep in the near corner. Gives it off to Ian Ness up on top for Stahlberger. We're worked away there, and it comes all the way out to center where it's picked up by Colby Career. He backpedals his way down before sending it off to the far side. Nice getaway pass, and it comes Rick wide. Picked up by Stahlberger on the near side, and he drops it in, getting away from the pressure of Sam Schumacher. As it comes off the boards, East Grand Forks comes up with it, but can't clear it clean, and it's picked off. Carson Trigg sends it in. It bounces off the near boards. Moorhead completes their change far side with 5:40 to go, and it comes back to Andrew Searles. Now the Spuds have it in, 2-on-1. Here's a centering pass all the way down, working his way loose for the goal. Oh my! Harper Vance with his second of the night, and it's quickly 3-0.
I gotta tell you, Andrew Searles twice on that shift with tremendous puck presence to make short little passes, but under duress, just keep your head about you. And as the defense kind of tries to defend you, something will open up if you keep your head about you and your composure. And right there, Andrew does a great job of finding the center of the ice to create a 2-on-1 in the neutral zone. And then, of course, Lindbergh and Bentz know what to do with that.
3-0 Moorhead. Comes right. Here's the scoring announcement. Andrew Searles will get an assist, his fourth of the season. Gavin Lindbergh gets his second point tonight. He now has 7 goals and 20 assists on the year. And the Spuds lead at 3-0. The time of that goal at 11:30.
We're seeing a trend here tonight. So far, that's been a little different. The Spuds have scored a lot on their in-zone offense lately. Tonight, a lot on the rush. A lot of opportunities coming off the rush tonight.
To the far side, dropped in by Creer, and it rolls down behind the net. And from there, played off to the far corner. Scrambling in for it, it's popped up into the air, and it comes to Joe Corton. Out at the point, turned around and set in. Here's a good, clean look, but it just wiggled its way loose. Play back to the near side. Here's the walk in by Ryerson. Feeds it out to the far wing. Turn and look again. The shot by Creer is right on, and a blocker save made by Lucas Wavra.
And there they show off some in-zone offense. As soon as I say that, it's like the in-zone offense.
Well, they were
got mad
listening.
at me. Yeah,
they were
got
listening.
upset. But good work again by Corton and Tweet and Ryerson, getting it up to Creer, and Creer getting a couple of good shots through traffic again. It's sound hockey right now, the Spuds are playing.
Moorhead with an 8-2 shots on goal advantage, leading it 3-0. East Grand Forks comes off the near side, and as apparently came in and back out again. No, we've got a first penalty of the night. We've had that's another part of the game that recently we have not seen penalties be whistled until about the third period, sometimes late in the second. And that is a part of the game that keeps everybody playing.
It's nice the officials understand the flow of the game and only call what's absolutely necessary. And right there, Martinson's stick got tangled up and he did go down, so got to call that one.
So tripping on Martinson, and the Spuds shorthanded. On the way in, Gavin Lindbergh. All the way behind the net, Lindbergh drops it behind. East Grand Forks there to claim it, reclaim it, and they'll set up their rush up ice. Here's a quick toss on the near wing, but no.
A little interference, I believe.
And apparently he knows it because he skated right to the box. And with that penalty on Zachary Stocker, that'll even things up. East Grand was in the midst of the start of a power play situation, but it'll be 4-on-4.
They call him for tripping, but nice job by Lindbergh and Bentz again there, just doing some sound penalty killing, and then it leads to a penalty.
Up on top, Andrew Searles to the far point. Down deep to Ian Ness. He got turned around, he got held up against the boards, and the puck floats out to center ice for as East Grand Forks picks it up, and it's tossed in by Schumacher. From behind the net, played back now by Moorhead. Here's the rush by Joe Grammer, and off to the far side and in. All the way deep into the corner. Ness goes sliding down, leaving the puck behind, and it's taken back by East Grand Forks, and with that pass, another icing call, stopping play. 3:35 to go in a relatively quickly played first period. Spuds leading at 3-0.
I was going to say watch out for the most dangerous player on the ice in a 4-on-4 situation, which would be Jackson Panzer in that situation. Those guys that are crafty, when they get that extra space, they know what to do with it, but the Spuds had the puck the whole time. That's a good way to defend them.
Face-off goes down behind. East side comes up with it, 3:27 remaining. Circling Cole Beese. Near side it comes, and they'll turn and look up ice. Setting up their attack. A quick look to the right, but a pass goes to the left, and a sailing in move that goes up and off the netting above the plexiglass. And that brings us to the 3:11 mark.
One thing I always find interesting with 4-on-4 hockey is they can create a lot of offensive opportunities because there's a little bit of context that's messed up. You're used to seeing an extra guy out there somewhere, and sometimes you lose track of that.
To the near corner, Moorhead. Alderson behind the net feeds it up on the far right side. It ends up at center ice with Wyatt Tweet. He motors his way in, goes down to his knees, leaves the puck behind. He's back up now and enters play in the near corner. Working its way along, Tweet pushes it up towards goal, and it's right in under the glove of Wavra, and that stops play and brings us to the 2:49 mark. So the face-off coming up near side. Moorhead with a 3-0 advantage on East Grand Forks.
They line up their personnel here for the 14 seconds of 4-on-4 left. It looks like to try to get a power play unit out there for the Spuds to try to capture that 25 to 30 seconds of power play time they'll get here.
Carson Triggs on the faceoff, and it comes out to Joe Grammer at the point. He goes to the far side with it. Here's a quick release. Blocked away by Wavra. Sent back in and down. Penalty has worked its way off. Moorhead comes back to full strike. And as they head in, Cody Martinson heads all the way off, and they'll give up that play, and it come up to 5-on-4. Here's a shot sent on by Lindberg, but bounced away. Picked up in the corner. Here's Lindberg again. That one is blocked up high and off to the far side where it's picked up by Harper Bentz. The return up on top, a one-time shot there, misses. The onto the stick at the other end of the ice indicates the penalty is over. And so with that, East Grand Forks has come back to full strength, and we're at 5-on-5. 2 minutes to go here in the opening period. Here's a steal on the near side by Samuel Frost. Behind the net, it goes all the way around the corner. And a long shot from the far board, scooped off the ice by Kai Weigel. Just his third shot faced here in the first period. 3-0 Moorhead as we work our way inside of 2 minutes. Face off on the far side of Weigel. Play is down and picked up. Spuds have it. A quick rush up ice. Here's Ian Ness. He's got his leader. The play down low. The rebound shot. The rebound behind the net. Up on top, and it bounces away. They had a good, solid open look. Andrew Cyril's forced to chase it down, sending it out to center. From there, the return comes. 1.5 minutes to go. It comes to Wyatt Tweet on the way in. Tweet drops it back, and it's blocked up by Creer. And then sent down low. Ness turning to send it up ice. Spuds have put a little energy into the final moments of play here in the period, already leading 3-0. They'd like to have one more. Meanwhile, East Grand Forks forced to play on their heels just a bit as they get back defensively and turn the play up ice, and that'll result in icing with 1:04 to go. The Spuds with a 3-0 advantage.
How about that speed from Ian Ness? Watch that tonight. Ian looks to have a little hop in his step, and he has that speed, and when he's going, he did that little inside-out move that had the defender crossing over, gave Ian some space to get in on the edge, and nice job by Ian Ness on the rush.
Gavin Lindberg stands in. As they square up everybody, it comes out to Schiller. Joe Schiller turns and shoots it into traffic. 1 minute to go in the period, and here comes East Grand Forks. Off to the far side, a wind-up and a shot comes all the way to the near corner and played back along the near boards and then out. Long pass goes off the skates of Harper Bentz. He turned, and it's picked up by Lindberg, who tosses it in. Rolls behind the net and back to the near side. Schiller from the point sends it down low. Bentz will chase it to the far corner. And from there, the Spuds have a good look, and it's bounced away. Schiller up on the near point, sending it deep to the corner. 26 seconds to go in the opening period. To the corner. Nearly dropped back, but it was picked off and rejected, then turned around, and it rolls all the way out of the zone. Joe Grammer to chase it there. He goes sliding along. The puck is left behind. Now picked up by East Grand Forks. 8 seconds to go. And it comes from behind the net as they turn and look up ice. They're going to let the clock run out. And so an explosion of goals here in the first period by Moorhead. And as the teams head off and into the locker room after one period of play, it's East Grand Forks and Moorhead. The Spuds leading it 3-0.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
The M3 nonprofit is breaking the ice as they raise mental health awareness for our Moorhead community and our youth. Started by a group of parent volunteers, M3 will offer support and host events throughout the year that bring focus to mental health. Together, M3 will raise awareness, eliminate the stigma, and connect resources for mental health. Thank you, M3, for supporting our community's youth.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Welcome back to Moorhead Sports Center as we get ready for start of the second period. Moorhead erupting for 3 goals in that first period. That's something the Spuds have liked the idea of doing, and that is to score early and force the other team to try to catch up, and most recently that's been successful.
Yeah, they got a good fast start, and they had done that early in the year in some games, but didn't convert to kind of get that cushion and take advantage of the hot start. Well, they've done that here again tonight, and it is a pattern of late. Get that hot start. I mean, shots are 15-3 according to the board. That's reflective of the play. And then they got 3 out of it. So a really nice start for the Spuds.
And most dynamically involved was the 6 goals scored against Brainerd in the first period. I mean, that's an outstanding production against a quality team.
Yeah, to get 6 in any period is you're doing something right. Do I say a lot? Do I have a lot of good insight, Larry? You're doing something right if you get 6 in one period.
Well, it's based on all of your knowledge and all of your experience in the rink.
Yeah, it's right up there with if you score more than the other team, you win.
You're going to win.
Yeah.
So for the second period, Moorhead getting goals. There's one adjustment in the scoring on the first goal by Gavin Lindblad. A second assist has also been given to Colby Career. So Joe Schiller and Colby Career, the 2 defensemen on that set, assisting on the goal by Gavin Lindberg, and that started things out.
Yeah, another pattern here tonight that's held true for the last few games is the defense are figuring into the scoring quite a bit again tonight. That's a good sign for the Spuds when you're playing a 5-man game like that.
So off the face-off, Moorhead tries to go rake wide with it, and it's blocked and deflected away. East Grand Forks coming up with it, and they backpedal into their own end as they try to figure out a way to maneuver their way past Gavin Lindberg, and he's staying with the play. Finally worked out to the far side and out to center, tipped around, and the Spuds take it back again. Here's a push of the puck in towards goal. Bounces it behind the net and a rebound goal. Oh my, it's perfectly set up. It's like a little bit of backyard shoe hockey as they set it up, and let me try this and see if it works. It did.
Yeah, nice play and set up again by good defensive gap by Grammer and Searles in the neutral zone, creating a quick transition opportunity where Joe Grammer makes a clever play to knock that puck into space for Triggs, and then Triggs beats the guy to it, knocks it around him, and then finds Lindberg on a little backside oopie-doop, and Gavin tucks it home. Nice goal.
Gavin Lindberg getting his second goal tonight. Carson Triggs enters the scoring column, and Joe Grammer gets his second assist tonight. And with that goal, Gavin Lindberg's 8th of the year. It is 4-0 Moorhead. And that was a setup with a bounce off the boards, right back up on top. And they could tell that the play was developing in their favor, and they took full advantage of it. It happened so quickly, there was no chance Walborough was going to be able to figure things out before it got to him. Play comes up on top, and the Spuds turn it into the near corner. From there, back out along the near wall, and it's turned in on goal by Colby Creer. Turned around and sent out to center all the way down to the far corner. 4-0 Moorhead early here in the second. Play goes behind the net, picked up. Joe Corton brings it back near side, up along the wall. A rink-wide attempt got blocked. Ryerson forced to take a look at it in the corner. And it's played off to the far side to Joe Schiller. Came back near side, and Colby Creer works his way along the wall and out, and he sends it rink wide, all the way deep into the corner. Spuds making a quick change as the play comes down to the near side. And Joe Corton, he is upended and brought down. Play goes rink wide and off to the far side, played by Grammer, popped up into the air and into the bench. And that stops play. We are just underway in the second period. Moorhead has scored on Gavin Lindbergh's second goal of the night, and it's 4-0.
Just kind of waiting to see when the boys would get a little feisty and a little roustabout happen down there. And there's a couple of hits thrown in the corner. The game is physical.
Caleb Alderson brings it in and tosses it deep into the corner for Ian Ness, but a trailing whistle stops play.
I'm not sure who
May have
got
come in offside.
Yeah. That Ian Ness's speed tonight, maybe he's not even accustomed to that little extra jump. I don't know if he got in front of that one, but somebody did.
Caleb Alderson stands in on the faceoff for Moorhead. He squares up against Zachary Stocker. Finally, it's pulled away. East Grand Forks has it. Send it off our side return. Here's the walk up and deflected away. And then from there, long shot sent in from center ice. It's blocked away by Weigel. And play comes into the near corner. Collision there. The puck is left alone. Picked up high in the slot. Shot sent on and a glove save. He waffled it just a bit, but that was only to get a better grip on it. Kai Weigel makes the save.
A nice job by Kai. He had a forward, a big, tall forward for East Side. Lizakowski was coming in from the corner, and Kai had to fight to get that ice to get out on top of his crease to get a clear look at that, and able to do so. Nice job by Weigel competing for the ice there.
Jackson Panzer stands in for East Grand Forks against Gavin Lindbergh. Spuds go to the corner and pick it up and head out. Headman pass got deflected away, and it comes right back out to center. A swipe at it there. It's turned around into the near boards, and they battle for it there, and it comes out. East Grand Forks past the center, deflected, and now the Green Wave come up with it and head through center ice and off to the far side. Down deep into the corner, played by Panzer. And as they scramble for it, players go upended and down to the ice. A battle for it there. We got legs and sticks and helmets and everything all involved before the Spuds pull it loose and head up 3-on-2. Here's Gavin Lindbergh. He wanted to pull the trigger on a one-timer and misfired just briefly, just enough to alter the play as it continues now to the near side. Walking his way in, it escapes all the way to the far corner. East Grand Forks there to pick it up. Bounced off to the far boards. And from there, Caleb Schmiederberg sends it down low, and it's played behind the net. Again, play continues on. The players are there. The puck is not. Pulled in now by Joe Schiller. And as he comes in, he goes down low and turns and shoots it high. Bounced all the way back to the near side. 4-0 more. And here comes a rush attack by Jace Forey. And it goes down low, and it's blocked away. The return comes right up on top. And again, the Spuds track it down as they squirt off to the far side. It's dished ahead. Down deep into the corner. That sets up icing. So a moment of excitement just a moment ago as the Spuds come up with a defensive stop.
Yeah, so the coach in me gets a little nervous when you get to these 4-goal leads and things are going your way, and then all of a sudden play gets a little sloppy, and before you know it, Eastside hasn't been able to muster much, but you kind of give them a chance. But there's Weigel back there, ready for it with a huge save on an East Grand break there.
The puck stays in the face-off circle. Now it's pulled away. Wyatt Tweet brings it out to center. He's still with it, then sends it in. Looking for the rebound, and it's set out to the far side, and it bounced all the way. We've got a player shaken up for East Grand Forks. Now Bay is coming back onto the ice. He's going to head off. He is shaken and can't play at this moment. Meanwhile, Joe Corton brings it in, but it was already in the zone. That's offside.
Why do I think Tweet had something to do with that?
It could very well be. He is starting to put his name on the wanted poster.
And that's said with a lot of affection. Every team needs some jam, and Tweet certainly brings that every night.
Off the face-off, Moorhead backpedaling into their own end. Comes back near side. Alderson skates past the play. East Grand Forks working it around and sending it down deep. Weigel leaves it behind for Searles. Searles got turned around, and it's played off to the far side by Panzer. Out to the point. Wind up in a shot. Oh, right on the money. And once again, Kai Weigel seems to know where to put the sticks. He seems to know where to put the pads. He seems to know how to make the stop.
Well, when a team is clicking, you would think right now it's 4-0. The shots are 19-6. Your goalie isn't the one keeping you in the game. But Weigel's made 2 or 3 really big saves in critical moments to just not allow East Side back into it quite yet.
Moorhead working their way out of the zone to the far side. 12-10 to go in the second. Rolling all the way down, and everything goes all the way to the backstop. And that'll stop play. I don't know, did I see the arm and the whistle?
No, I don't think they're calling anything, just defensed really hard, and frankly, it wouldn't be a game if Triggs wasn't crashing into the goal and the net was coming off. So we've checked that box now.
There were some who thought there might be a tripping penalty along the way.
Yeah, and that's again was said with great affection. That's strong wing play from Carson Triggs to lower that shoulder on the edge, try to drive your way to the net, and then he was just equally met by good defense by the East Side defender.
On the face-off, it's drawn to the corner. Played back up on top. Here comes East Grand Forks. Long pass out of the zone, comes all the way down. This one's going to come in past the end line. Trying to hook up on an end-to-end pass, but it was just off the mark, and face-off comes back into the East Side zone.
You'll notice that 17 on East Side Panzer, he'll be lurking. He's such a quality player, and those guys know how to turn momentum in a game. They know how to figure out how to get one on the board to get their team back in it. Just watch him lurking around. He's dangerous.
Well, they nearly dropped the puck. Everybody moved, but the puck has stayed in the hand, and now it dropped down. East Grand Forks comes up with it, and they play it to the near corner, circling around and returning. Off the far side, stopping short. Here's a long pass right on the stick, and it's bounced up into the air as it got away from Caleb Schmiederberg. The return comes to Gavin Lindberg. It's 2-on-1. He winds, he shoots, he scores! That is the hat trick tonight for Gavin Lindberg. Upper shelf, near corner, and it's 4-0.
And that's what can happen when you have patience, when the other team is pressing a little bit, trying to create something through the neutral zone, and East Side defender got caught jumping up in the play a little too quick to support the play. And the Spuds, as they've done a couple of times tonight, just go in quick transition. And they catch that in an odd man rush, 2-on-1. Triggs does a nice job of taking the defender to the net, giving Lindberg a little lane to shoot.
Lindberg with his 7th, 8th, and 9th goals of the season, with the lone assist to Harper Bent, so that has become a dangerous line. They have getting a lot of points here midway through the season.
Well, you just see they can do it down low in the zone and wear you out, turning pucks to the net or getting it high to low, and as Harper's got one with a point shot he tipped in earlier, they can do it in transition, they can do it off the rush. You just can't give them space. They're deadly when they get space, and they're so quick with their hands and have a great ability to get it in the net to finish plays.
Gavin Lindberg and Harper Bentz on the assist. Time of the goal at 5:28 for the Lindberg hat trick. It's 5-0, and off that goal, Moorhead ends up in the penalty box. Joe Grammer goes for tripping. He's taking a breather. Near side, here comes the walk-up ice by East Grand Forks, sending it down low from behind the net. Spun around all the way out, and that one will go all the way down, but no icing called as play continues on to the near side. Here comes East Grand Forks. Nothing doing. They'll turn around and they'll try it off to the far side as the pass ends up with, and so the East Side dish it ahead down into the far corner. Here's an uplifting pass, and it comes all the way down. Gavin Lindberg giving chase, and it's into the corner. Spud skating shorthanded. East Side comes up with the loose play, and it comes off to the far side. Vance forced to play catch-up on defensively as the play comes right in on goal, and he shifts it in from a bad angle, and it comes loose, and that sets up a 2-on-1. It is Harper Vance. It is Gavin Lindberg. It is off to the far side and just deflected by Panzer. A defensive play by Panzer to keep the shot from coming clean, And it rolls all the way back up ice. 33 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty. In the corner. 9:54 still to play in the second period. Spuds have upped the ante. They lead it now 5-0. Here's a shot from on top, and it's blocked off to the side by Weigel. I'm guessing he would like to have another chance to be a little bit cleaner on that block, but he kept it out of the net as they work it around now up along the near side. Setting up off the near point. Shot blocked. Bentz tipping it defensively into the corner. Moorhead has worked off the penalty. They're at full strength. Coming into that penalty, the Spuds had better than 80% on penalty kill. 9:15 to go as it comes back up ice. The call there with icing make the face-off in the Moorhead zone with a 5-0 advantage.
Nice save when we needed it again from Weigel. When the Spuds needed it on the power play there. Eastside had some good zone time, but the Spuds did a pretty good job of keeping them on the perimeter for the most part. They did get that one good look, but Weigel was able to steer it into the corner.
Caleb Alderson in the face-off for Moorhead. The puck is pulled in by East Grand Forks. Tipped out to the far point. Moorhead trying to get a stick on it and here's Alderson. He followed the play off to the far side. Brings it all the way up. He shoots. He goes after the rebound. And Stahlberger misfired. It comes back out to Grammer. To the far side from there, Cyril sends it behind the net. Played now by Bentz up on top. Both teams even strength. Into the near corner, Joe Grammer. Stick handling his way along the boards, working his way out to the near point where Stahlberger sends it in. And it's pulled down there by Ian Ness, and he chases it behind the net. Up on top, it's left alone right in the slot, and it's pulled away. East Grand Forks working their way out to center ice. Can't quite clear the zone. Forced to play it back. Here's the bring in now by Schumacher. Knocked away from him. Schumacher sends it all the way down on a skip, and it's put back down on the ice where Grammer plays it now for Moorhead. Just back on Aaron Ryerson. Came off the near side and into play. Down deep in the near corner, wind up in a shot. Hit the pipe, bounced away, rebound all the way back near side with 8 minutes to go in the period. Joe Grammer battling for the loose puck in the near corner. As they scramble forward, it comes along the near wall and then out. Spuds break out of the zone off to the far side for Searles. He'll stick handle his way and then lift it in and drop it to the near corner. 7:40 to go. Play working it down low. A scramble for it there as it got away from Ryerson, but the Spuds are there to claim it. And here's the walk in by Corton. Back to the near side and down low. Played back along and out at the point, kept in by Creer. He turns, he shoots, it's blocked in traffic and deflected to the near side. Corton chasing the play down, sends it up and had it rejected. And it goes bouncing into the far corner where it's turned back near side. And Corton gives chase. Back into play along the near side. Corton lifts it up against the plexiglass and brings it out, and here's Corton working his way down low off to the far side. We may have been saying Corton was battling for it. That was Tweet that was battling for it, and he got it to Corton. And that stops play now with 7:02 to go.
Well, Joe Corton came out with his pants on fire there, like something was going to happen. And he tried to work his way, fights loose for a puck, tries to stuff it home, doesn't get it. Then he gets it at the point. Moves in with a strong move around the east side defender, forcing him to pull it down. And Larry, you might have missed it, but there's a bit of gamesmanship in the east side bench as Andrew Searles approached the bench. One of the players reached down with his stick as if to distract him, like he was going to play the puck. It was kind of funny.
Lizakowski out for 2 minutes. Moorhead power play, shooting it down low and caught, grabbed onto, held, and saved by Lucas Wabra. Finley Lizakowski. Well, he's got one of 3 penalties that he can choose from.
Yeah, pick whichever you like.
Here comes Harper Bentz. He walks his way and he shoots it just wide. Rolling it off to the near side. Bentz pounds it up against the wall. Lindbergh comes in to play it, back into the corner. They play catch before Bentz comes in and works it back to the near side and out to the point for Grammer. The return, Lindbergh goes back up on top. Here's the shot and it's blocked. A hard shot from Joe Grammer that got swept off to the far side. Moorhead to pick up the rebound, stick handling the way, looking for something up on top. Lindbergh was there and waiting, but it got deflected, and it comes back to him now out at the point. Turn and the shot. Again, it was a deflected try. Bentz chasing down the rebound to the far corner. To the far wing. Turning around, Aaron Ryerson. Left the puck behind him, and it got swept away and sent up ice by East Grand Forks. 48 seconds to go on the Moorhead power play. Moorhead with a 24-7 shots on goal advantage and a 5-0 goals advantage. Long pass to the blue line. Spuds working their way down low, trying to find a way to put it up on top. Blocked away, and here comes East Grand Forks. On the rush, it's swept off to the far side on a nice play by Colby Creer. Now back along the near wall, set in. Here's a look in, and Weigel out of the goal mouth to make the play. Play continues on off the save, and here comes Ian Ness to the blue line and in. All the way down off the near side and at the corner. The tap of the stick indicating the penalty is about to expire. Here's the play down low, and it comes back near side. East Grand Forks is at full strength, and that's 5-on-5. As the Spuds work it around from behind, and they float it all the way to the near side where it's picked up and set up ice. The play will be waved off, or the icing will be waved off now as it was caught up to. Here's a turn and a shot down low. Picked up Joe Corton. Feeds it far side. Trails the play and pulls it loose off the wall. Here's Cody Martinson out to center. He'll struggle his way through traffic. Comes up short, keeping the stick under control, and he works it down into the far corner off a skate before it's played back by East Grand Forks. Alderson comes up to slow play down. 4:19 to go in the second period. On its way up, played ahead by Zachary Stocker. And behind and all the way around to the far corner where Cody Martinson has it now for Moorhead. It's 1-on-1 at the blue line. Here's the look in by Wyatt Tweed. Drops it back, and play comes near side. And from there, Dalton Songstead plays it along the near wall. Lifted up and sent Rick wide all the way to the far side where Searles has it for a moment before he plays it down deep. Big collision there as Songstead tried to get his handle on it, and it comes away to Searles. Out of the near corner. Now rink wide to the far side, 3:38 to go, and it comes to Alderson. Pulls up short, leans, shoots, looking for the play right out in front, and it was just ahead of the stick of Wyatt Tweed. Play continues on. It's picked up by East Grand Forks. 3:26 to go here in the second period of play. Moorhead 3 in the first, 2 more here in the second, leading it 5-0. After the far side into the corner. Working its way around. It works its way all the way behind the net. East Grand Forks to track it down as Justin Overgaard had it for a moment. And it comes back out to the near side where the Green Wave play it. And a good stick poke away before it's played back out by Weigel all the way out to center. And picked up there and carried in. It is a wide open look. And the centering pass deflected down, a shot and a goal. There was a lot of hard work. That wasn't necessarily smooth in the delivery, but it was all there, and it counted, and it's 6-0.
It's a great description of it, Larry, and frankly, it's just another way this line can score, and a lot of the water being carried by Carson Triggs on that one as he, with tremendously strong wing play through the neutral zone, to just keep going, fight off a couple of defenders, make sure the puck advances and it gets into the zone where he frees up some space for Lindbergh, and then Carson gets on the end of it. He's the recipient of it and ends up finishing on a great backhand play under the bar.
Another point for Gavin Lindbergh tonight, and another point for Joe Schiller. Carson Triggs with his 11th goal. Gavin Lindbergh picking up his 21st assist, and also Joe Schiller with his second tonight, 11th of the year. And the Spuds make it a 6-0 contest here near the end of the second period. Well, you were just waiting to see what might happen as they were playing it back and forth and back between players. What's going to happen next? Somebody's going to get a stick on it. Moorhead was able somehow to keep it in the direction of the goal mouth to make it 6-0. So off the draw to the near side, East Grand Forks. Tapped away briefly before it's recovered and sent all the way up and behind. Centering pass deflected to the far side, and the Spuds have it 3-on-2 as they rush on their way in. It's Ryerson dropping it back. A hard shot put down. The rebound back out into play. Spuds have it back again. East Grand Forks is back in their defensive stance. Here's a bouncing puck off to Joe Grammer. Forced to play it back to the near side and then sent in. Spuds defense is back there to play it with 1:50 to go. Out in front, Weigel steering it away. That one floated off the stick of one of the East Grand Forks skaters. And it comes out to center, and the Spuds will try it again. It's 3-on-1 on the way in. It's Aaron Ryerson tapping it down, but Wabra drops down to his knees and kicks it away. The play returns. Where is it? Wabra might have it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Down on the ice. I thought it looked to be stuck between some paraphernalia, but no. It stops play with 1:29 remaining.
Yeah, it was one of those hidden ball tricks again. Like got hung up in Cody Martinson's gear. He didn't know where it was, and ref lost sight of it long enough to just blow it dead, because that can get dangerous.
And so off the face-off, shot sent into traffic. Off to the far side, the return comes all the way. Down deep into the corner, Spuds trailing the play. But it's picked up, and a low shot about ankle high that sails all the way into the glove of Kai Weigel. And Moorhead with a 6-0 lead here in the second. That'll, if it stays in place, will put the scoring into running time in the third period. Face off, near side of Kai Weigel. Here's a windup and a shot sailing up and away, all the way out to the far point. The return goes down low. And back to the near side. That shot goes on. Rebound! Shot and a goal! East Grand Forks picking up a loose puck and slamming it quickly. Got one past Kai Weigel to make it 6-1.
That's a big one. If Eastside has any kind of thoughts of getting back into the game, because nothing else, it stops the clock from running to start the third period. But there's Panzer again lurking, as we talked about earlier. That's what the good players do. They know how to find those soft spots where the puck is going to be, and it pops on his stick and it's in the net.
So Jackson Panzer getting the goal for East Grand Forks. Assist handed out to Caleb Schmaderberg. And a second assist to Cole Breeze. Yeah, they've got a different roster list than I do. Face off near side. Six to 1 as play is back underway. Out to the near point. Winding up from there, shot right to the glove. Snared away by Weigel.
Well, a little surge from the Wave here at the end of the period might be enough to wake up the Spuds as they head into intermission and say there's still hockey to be played here. It's no sense in taking any time off.
Out to the near point. Dropped loose, scrambled after, tipped out of the zone and to center where it's picked up by Schultz. Brock Schultz sending it down low. Right out in front, there's another goal! Weigel was still protecting the post to his left when it worked its way around the back side of the goal and tucked right inside the post on the near side, and all of a sudden, it's a 6-2 hockey game.
Yeah, just an unfortunate bounce as the puck hopped the stick of the Spud defender, and there he is, lurking around again. Panzer, those guys know how to do it, and he has two here in the last minute of the period.
Just 32 seconds apart. Jackson Panzer, both goals, the second one going unassisted. And play comes back up ice. It's 6-2 now as play goes down behind, and a shoulder down low into the corner. Out to the far point. From there, turned around and sent in wide. That's going to run us down and take us into the locker room as play goes hard into the corner. What looked to be a 6-0 contest going to the locker room is not. It's a 6-2 game. And as the teams head off at Moorhead Sports Center after 2 periods of play, it's Moorhead 6 and East Grand Forks 2.
The student athletes of our community are supported.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
The M3 nonprofit is breaking the ice as they raise mental health awareness for our Moorhead community and our youth. Started by a group of parent volunteers, M3 will offer support and host events throughout the year that bring focus to mental health. Together, M3 will raise awareness, eliminate the stigma, and connect resources for mental health. Thank you, M3, for supporting our community's youth.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Welcome back to Moorhead Sports Center as we get ready for the third period. What looked to be like a walk in the park for this third period has suddenly all of a sudden changed direction, with East Grand Forks scoring 2 goals right at the end of this period in a span of just 32 seconds.
It's added some intrigue for sure.
Now I understand it's a 4-goal game, and that's still a 4-goal contest, but the momentum that has been added to what East Grand Forks has decided to do.
For sure, and if they can come out and strike quick, who knows what could happen at that point. It didn't feel like, I'm sure they didn't feel like they had any chance, and we're kind of going to just play out the string, but you get a couple late, and now the conversation changes, so we'll see how they come out in the third.
Well, it simplified the message in the Moorhead locker room, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's the counter is that could be enough to snap them too, and they're going to want to just get back to sound hockey if you're on the Moorhead side. Just normalize the game and choose some time off the clock, and just take that little bit of hope out of the east side Green Waves sails over there.
Both teams are back in action again later this week. Well, Thursday's encounter has East Grand Forks back in town, but over on the North Dakota side, they'll take on Davies. That promises to be an interesting contest.
Yeah, these Red River matchups are fun. And it doesn't matter if you're up in Grand Forks or East Grand or across the river in Fargo. They're always hotly contested. I mean, these kids have been playing against each other since they were 10 years old, so sometimes 8, 9 even. So they know each other. It's always and then you have the cross-state rivalry where you don't ever want to lose to someone from the other side of the river, whichever side you're on. So.
Meanwhile, Moorhead will host Sartell Saturday night right back here at 5 o'clock. Drop of the puck in that key Section 8 battle there. As we get the third period underway, Moorhead leading at 6-2. Outshooting East Grand Forks 26-15. The east side came up with 12 shots on goal in that second period. Play comes in. Moorhead keeping their skates, balancing all the way down into the far corner. Brought back and way up on top. Wind up in a shot and a glove save. As the Spuds worked their magic, they got it where they wanted it, and that's up on top for a good clean look.
Yeah, actually a little bit of a nice start for both sides as east side's coming out with a little jump, a little jam in their game, trying to get physical. But the Spuds are able to kind of fend that off and find a couple of good passes up the ice and get in on a couple scoring opportunities.
Gavin Lindberg with the hat trick tonight for Moorhead. Jackson Panzer, 2 goals, the 2 goals for East Grand Forks. And it's 6-2. Down low in the near corner, Moorhead holding on to their lead as they go down deep. Joe Corton with it there, got bumped off the play but recovers and then throws it behind the net. From there, the turnaround, working it near side, and it's deflected all the way off to the far side and picked up by Brock Magnow. Back near side, Moorhead with it. As the 2 defensemen play, catch and then throw it ahead. Walking it ahead, Wyatt Tweet tosses it down deep. Ryerson to catch up to it. Back now near side. Looking out at the point. Searles is waiting if it comes in his direction. Instead, it goes behind the net off to the far side where Ryerson catches up to it. Bouncing it down low, play it up against the wall and sent up, and that'll bring up icing. And so the Spuds trying to get some dominance in their offensive zone here early on. And it's foiled just a bit, stopping the play, and it's 6-2 Spuds.
One way to normalize play is, as Wyatt Tweet did there, as he caught a pass coming through the neutral zone on the rush. Instead of trying to force a play at the blue line that maybe wasn't there, he just made sure he got the puck in behind the east side defense and let Corton and Ryerson get on it and go to work down there.
Off the face-off, Moorhead able to keep it in the zone. Throwing it down, spinning out of the far corner, Caleb Alderson catching up to it. Carries it behind the net. He's sandwiched between 2 Green Wave players. Puck is loose. He's down on his skates and on his knees, and finally everybody separates, and there he is. Here comes East Grand Forks on the way into the zone. Wind up in a hard, high shot, deflected all the way behind. Played back out by the Spuds, but then it got turned around, and a nice poke check in there by Lizakowski. Back comes the Spuds with a play to the far side. Deflected up against the wall, and it's brought back deep into the East Grand Forks zone. So they'll set it up and start over again. Spuds have completed their change. East Grand Forks is ready to play, and they bring it out. And it's intercepted by Songstead. Gives it off briefly before it's taken back. Songstead's deflection went to Harper Bentz, and it was taken away by East Grand Forks. Down deep into the near corner. Played back up against the wall, and the outlet comes right back. Schiller with it. Joe Schiller got turned around, but he manages to sweep the pass to the far side. and the Spuds bring it in. Down low, here's the shot off the post and rebounded right back into play. That was hard off the post before it deflected out, and the Spuds back to pick it up at center ice. They come back onside. Carson Triggs in the near side, deep into the corner, gives it up, and it goes all the way around. And play there, chased down by Harper Betts, and leaving it for Triggs. His centering pass got blocked in traffic and deflected off to the far side. And now East Grand Forks comes up on the zone, and it's the Spuds with a poke check away. Nice play by Joe Grammer, and sending it out now for Carson Triggs. He got worked off the play. Picked up by the Green Wave, a long pass rink wide. Early on, third period, Moorhead leading it 6-2. To the far side, somebody has left their stick on the ice, and play continues deep in and has pulled there Justin Overgaard for the Green Wave. Back to the near side as they try to work it out of their zone, but Searles keeps it in. He sends one on. Blocked away and off to the far corner. Back out to the point where Moorhead keeps it in. And then it's pulled away by East Grand Forks, and the Green Wave come out to center. Wyatt Tweet pulling it loose. We've got an arm and a whistle forthcoming here. As that will stop play, it'll be against the Green Wave as the play comes in. Moorhead will go on the power play with 13:07 to go.
Yeah, and I think this was part of their intention in the third, was to get more physical, and as the Spuds stepped up and made a nice play on defense, I think the Green Wave player is going to get a roughing penalty. I just got a little too excited and wanted too much physical play.
Justin Overgaard will serve a couple of minutes for roughing. And with the sound of Bad Boys in the background, it comes loose and all the way out to center. Moorhead will give chase. Play comes ahead as the Spuds work their way in. With the extra skater, they have been good at 32% of the time on the power play opportunities, 14 for 44. To the far side, Moorhead plays it back. The drop to the blue line and in. Harper Bent skated past the play. It was behind him and it got deflected back out. Chased down then by Gavin Lindberg and off to the far side where the Green Wave come up with a steal. Poke it away free. They'll change now as it's tossed down deep. Triggs is waiting at center. Oh, he's going to head off. And with that play, Justin Stahlberger comes on and he carries it in. He got worked off the play, dropped back at the point. A collision there that has taken one of the officials out. And play will continue down deep as Ian Ness gives chase into the corner. Play all the way around to the far side. Joe Schiller. Pass out to Ness. And at the point high in the slot here is Corton. Back to the far point and taken over there. And he fanned on his pass attempt and he lost his stick. That was a tough set of plays there by Joe Schiller. And play continues on. He'll catch up to his stick on the way back up ice. Play comes to the near corner of Stahlberger. Picks it up behind. Here's a centering pass for Ian Ness. A shot and a goal. Moorhead power play goal. And the Spuds have made it a 7-2 contest.
Funny sequence there for Schiller as he retreated on a puck, was going to make a pass to find out his stick was actually broken. So he went to make the pass, stick's broken. He can't play with a broken stick, so he had to drop the stick and give the East Side player a little one-on-one action. Recovered nicely.
Ian Ness from Stahlberger. And with that power play goal, the Spuds now lead it 7-2. For Ness, his third goal of the season. And on the assist, Stahlberger picks up his fourth. From behind, Spuds just a moment ago scoring while on the power play. And now work it out of the zone. It comes near side. It comes into Carson Triggs. He's got a step. He's got a move. He's got a backhand that is blocked away by Lucas Wavra. Up on top, and the second try goes off to the near side. And another broken stick continues down on the ice. Play will continue on as it comes, or goes rather, rink wide. Played there by Joe Corton. Tapping it into the zone and off to the far side. It comes behind the net. All the way to the near wall. Scramble for it there. Joe Corton picks it up. Centering pass. bounces off the far wall and picked up by Songstead. Here's a one-timer on top, and it got blocked down in traffic before being sent out. Songstead to pick it up, backhanding it off, turned around and sent in by Ryerson. 10-12 to go here in the third. Moorhead with a 7-2 lead. Out to the far side and out to the point. Brought back near side, Schiller turns, shoots, deflected off traffic and goes behind the net. From there, East Grand Forks picks it up and they'll send it up and out. A scramble for it, down deep. Schiller got there first, poked away from him, however. Spuds are able to muscle their way in and take it back. They'll have to circle the net. Ryerson is having some troubles, but managed to get a stick on it and send it behind him. From there, it's turned around by Schiller, and he spots Ryerson on the way up ice. Across the line, Ryerson now carries it, drops it back, and the Greenway with a heads-up play, pulling it loose. And you might know it would be Jackson Panzer who made that play. Down low it goes. Not only does he shoot and score, he defends and anticipates and plays a very heads-up game. Off to the far side, it is still 7-2 Moorhead with 9:11 remaining. It comes along the near wall and deflected up and out. Spuds on the breakaway in. Here comes Ian Ness going for number 2, and it sails behind the net. He goes down hard. Collision there brings the puck back near side. Scrambling after it is a centering pass off to the far side. Pushed in towards goal, but it's blocked away. Recovered by Jackson Panzer. He quickly circles and settles in behind the net before turning it around with a pass off on the left wing. Pulled out of the air by Colby Creer. And he'll drop it into the zone. East Grand Forks able to get there first. Taking it back. And an outlet pass comes near side. It got away from Joe Grammer. He protects the play, and that allows Songstead to go pick it up. Bounced ahead. Here's Gavin Lindbergh to the blue line and in. Gavin Lindbergh sailing behind the net. He'll circle it up and send it down low. There's a shot at a goal. Lindbergh circling all the way around. Just dropped it off to the side, and a quick one-timer there for the Spuds. And that looked like Cody Martinson.
Yeah, it looks like
and
Cody's
for
gonna
Martinson, his second goal of the year. And Moorhead leads at 8-2.
Great play by Lindbergh, circling the zone and waiting for the play to set up. And that happens when you possess the puck. It allows for players to get into open spots and makes it hard for the defense to keep their posture and defend everyone. And great job by Lindbergh. Good finish by Cody Martinson.
That puts us into a 6-goal game. 8-2 the count. For Martinson, his second, as we mentioned. And Gavin Lindbergh, we're running out of room along his name for all that he's doing tonight already with a hat trick. Now he's got the hat trick in assists as well. 6 points tonight for Gavin Lindbergh. 7:38 to go as the clock is underway. Bounce behind the net. After taking a 6-0 lead and then giving up 2 goals at the end of the second period, Moorhead has answered those 2 goals with 2 of their own starting the third period. And here comes East Grand Forks with a long, hard shot sent in by Samuel Frost. To the far side and out to center, picked up. As they rotate away, it comes back and all the way down to the near side. 7 minutes to go.
Just such strong play from that line over the past couple of weeks and really all year to lead the team, but remarkable the type of productivity coming out of that group in the last few
And
games.
it's been evenly spread. I mean, we've talked about Hunter Vance getting the 4 goals in a game, and we've talked about Gavin Lindbergh getting 6 points tonight, but it's a different player each night out.
Yep. It was Triggs one night, had the bulk of the goals. They play well together, and they're all productive.
Searles takes it deep in the corner. Sends it out for play. Brought back to the near wall by Moorhead. Abe Carlson gives it to Searles, and then back to Carlson to Searles. Touched it down low for Parker Gast. And along the near side, play continues on as it's picked up by Gast. He turns, he shoots. It's blocked out in front and covered up by Lucas Wavra, keeping the game at 8-2.
Period of the broken stick. Another one out there. All you kids out there, gather around the locker rooms. You're going to get some broken lumber out there from the players tonight. At that time, an East Side player. Don't make them like they used to, Larry.
Well, they're all out of aluminum, aren't they?
I don't even know.
Play near side. East Grand Forks throwing it out to center. Picked up by Panzer. Turns, looks, and drops it down low. Circling it off to the far side. Here's the touch pass down. Up on top, shot blocked away by Weigel. That was a nicely set up play and a hard shot by Schmaderberg. But the save by Weigel keeps it at 8-2. Meanwhile, the play comes back into the near corner. Wyatt Tweet stick handling his way, handling it to the near corner before dropping it there for Schiller, and then back up on top. Ryerson gives it off. Here's a shot sent in and on by Baumgartner. And comes rolling out, and that'll stop play with the icing. Clock is running, 4:55 to go here in the third period. Moorhead in their third straight game that has seen the clock run away.
Yeah, and everyone on the bench would have loved to see Colin Baumgartner get on the board there. Of course, Colin had a big goal in the soccer section final, tying it up late for the Spuds and giving him an opportunity to advance to state.
Here's a
athlete.
Wind up in a shot by Cody Martinson, and that one deflected away. From behind Alderson. Now Ness, and it's pulled loose. East Grand Forks behind the net, tapping it up on top and trying to work some cushion there to get out of the zone, but cannot. Tied up now on the near side. Alderson works it up on top to Joe Grammer. He carries it high in the slot. Had an opening, sent the shot in, blocked away by Wabra, and a play comes near side back out to Grammer. Carries it to the corner and then stick handles his way back up to the near point. Pulls up short and sends it in deep. Cody Martinson chasing it down. Tried to feed it ahead for Alderson, and it goes off to the far corner. 3:46 out at the far point, kept in nicely by Songstead to keep the play in the zone. It comes rolling it back their side. And with that, a stop in play with 3:33 remaining. And the face-off in the East Grand Forks zone.
Good work from that line as the Spuds continue to take advantage of their time on the ice to just try to get consistent with that, how you play the game, and they're doing a nice job of that here in the third.
On the draw to the outer edge, and it's tapped off to the side by Colby Career. Now from behind, Cyril's giving chase on it, pushes it out, and it comes all the way. Stahlberger had it for just a moment, and it comes rolling back in. Battle for the position down deep in the far corner. Meanwhile, the puck with a mind of its own goes behind the net. Long pass out of the zone will stop play with 2:45 remaining.
Yeah, the puck did play for a long stretch of time by itself there.
All by itself out there, just no place to go.
It was Career and maybe Lizakowski had tied up and kind of got into a wrestling match and forgot that the puck was there.
Tells you a little bit about the fact that they probably have been in that situation before as well as they know each other. Here's the play, come on, blocked away, back near side. Moorhead works their way out of the zone and out to the far side, brought in, dropped back. Stahlberger tried to feed it back to the break-in by Gast, but it was just behind him, and play continues now to the far corner. 2 minutes remaining here in this third period.
Well, Gast and Abe Carlson and Stahlberger are going to work there. They're hungry down in the offensive zone, spending a lot of time down there creating some good plays, just about getting one to go.
Just before Christmas, Moorhead had a 4-win, 5-loss record. And then finished up the play before Christmas with a win over St. Michael Albertville. Went down to the Classic after Christmas, 1-3 there. Come back from that and also get wins over Brainerd and St. Cloud, 6 in a row. Now 10-5 coming into tonight's play against East Grand Forks. And the next encounter for Moorhead will be Saturday night, right back here at Moorhead Sports Center when they take on Sartell. From his own end, 1 minute to go Played off to the far side. Joe Corton giving chase. Gets there, and he taps the shot, but it's blocked behind the net. As they continue on, it comes near side. All the way along the wall, and back out to Songstad. It climbs his stick, and it comes back near side. Here's Panzer walking his way down. He had a backhand on that reflected all the way to the far side. And they'll try it again. Here's a wind-up and a shot. The rebound up on top. Weigel making the save there. Loose puck all the way up ice as Aaron Ryerson plays it into the far corner. So play continues on. We're counting down now from 24. Long shot sent on and played off to the side by Weigel. To the near corner. Played up against the wall. Collision there. We'll have a penalty there. I think Songstad will be called either holding or tripping. I guess you can put whatever name you want on it, but that will be the last that we see of tonight's game as the celebratory handshakes have begun. We'll recap tonight's game with more when we return after this timeout. Our final score,